Hi Leo, this is Jess, and I'm here with your January 14th weekly tarot reading. Okay, so your main focus card we have here is the Four of Pentacles. And this little dude is quite the hoarder. He's on the lookout too for someone who's potentially trying to take his stuff. You may find yourself protective over whatever you deem important to you, whatever has strong value to you. And it doesn't have to be money. It could be just, protecting yourself, your ideals. Maybe you feel as though you don't want to let anyone get too close this week, or you're hanging on to something as well. Again, that feels strongly connected, strongly important to you. Now, if we look at the general side, we have the Nine of Wands, the Hermit, and the Hierophant here. Now, just to jump to the outcome card, the Hierophant is a card for me, especially in weekly, that kind of tells me that things don't necessarily change this week. Maybe it's something under consideration, because we do have the Nine of Wands and you're kind of like preparing for something. It's like this dude is prepping something up here. And there's also the energy of protection coming up again here as well, Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. And there's something you are still analyzing or thinking about. So you might be thinking about steps you need to take. You may not have done them yet. You're just thinking about it for the time being. You could be thinking about or just analyzing the best method for a situation here. What else did I want to say? It's just the word preparation being key is coming to mind. You may want something very badly as well, much like he's like intent on having what he feels is his. You could want something very badly and then figuring out, well, how do I make sure that I get this? And it requires quite a bit of planning. As I already said, the Hierophant again doesn't feel like quite a bit changes. I'll clarify this card for some. This is like one of the main cards I always have to kind of clarify. I don't really get anything from the Hierophant for the most part in these circumstances. In some cases, there could be something that you're trying to set up, a structure, something that's firm on a strong foundation for yourself. But again, planning stages. Now, if we look at love, we have the Three of Pentacles here with the Queen of Chalices and the Princess of Wands as an outcome card. I believe I see the Princess of Wands in this deck as pretty much like the page, the messenger. But I will say, she's like in this deck, she's a bit on the lookout. She just received the message. You see it right here. And she still seems to be waiting, like expecting someone to be there. So there could be someone that you feel as though you're waiting for. You need more information. They're supposed to come by. And even the look on her face, she's not sad. She isn't happy. She's just kind of observing, which is interesting to me. We do have as well the main situation cards in love, the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Chalices. There could be a situation that you're trying to work through with another person. The Three of Wands is a card of putting effort, working together as a unit or as a team. Doesn't necessarily have to indicate that there are going to be three people involved. I see it more as working towards a goal with a person, but it needing communication and time spent with that person. Now that could be the Queen of Chalices. Maybe this person has emotionally opened up to you or just expressed their feelings. This is also someone that you may have quite a bit of emotions for yourself, like you adore them. There is this affection energy coming up here. Now, some of you have the potential of connecting with someone tied to work, or you're part of a group, a team, you're doing some work or whatever, and there are others in the area, and through that work comes a potential connection. Someone that, again, you feel like you can open up to quite easily, especially if you're a female. Otherwise, this person could be someone that you just find very sensitive, very caring off the bat, and that you more than likely want to communicate with further, because the outcome card is a messenger card. Now, let's get some clarification for each. The Four of Pentacles. Oh, this one wanted to drop. I'm going to acknowledge that it's this way too. So I do think that in the background, I'm not going to actually put that down. In the background, you maybe you have experienced recently some sort of difficult situation that has been a tragedy in your eyes. Could be any sort of circumstance that you are recovering from and you need time to recover from. But it's on its way out, being that it fell out that way. Could also represent that you're not quite ready to let go of feelings of pain that you may have. Four of Pentacles. There's an attachment coming through as the main energy, feeling like you need something. You need to have this. This is yours, and you want to protect it. Devil, again, is very attracted to something, very much so attached, and it's just like it's not letting go. So something that you have no intention of giving up. Oh, Ten of Swords and Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords are like showing themselves. So in the background, there could be something that you're dealing with that is quite heavy, but I don't see the heaviness in the main cards. Let's see. Clarification for general. The moon. So the moon for me adds that energy of the hermit. We have this darkness. We have some sort of information or insight that you're still trying to understand. You're still trying to come to terms with something, figure it out. There are a lot of unanswered questions with the moon energy here. What is the Hierophant? And there is the intention of walking away and detaching yourself from something that you are more than likely committed to at this time. And it could be something that has been a part of your life for a while. The Hierophant is mostly stable energy, is consistent, it's traditional, and you are looking elsewhere. You're like, I've done this for a very long time. I've been a part of this for a very long time. I'm interested in something else. Now, the Eight of Cups, in that sense, it almost sounds like the Fool, that new journey energy, but the Eight of Cups is not quite as energetic as the Fool. It's like, I have to leave. It's extremely saddening, but I have to leave. The Fool is like, I'm so excited to leave. I can't wait. Now, I don't know why the Fool came to mind. I just felt that there's a similarity here, but your situation appears to carry quite a bit of emotional baggage with it. Okay, and what is the Nine of Wands? There's our Four of Pentacles. And what's interesting is that the Nine of Wands here, you know, there's a scarecrow being put up to basically protect here, as much as the Four of Pentacles is also hanging on to what they have. So again, you're looking for some form of protection, protection of assets, or keeping others at bay for whatever reason. It's the Hermit. You are thinking about friends or other people, maybe three females, maybe three people that you've had fun with in the past. Why? There could have been some sort of disagreements between you and a group of people that maybe you were close to. You could be thinking about a situation that has already happened, how you defended yourself against someone. Maybe that's playing in your mind repeatedly this week for whatever reason. Interesting. All right, let's go to love. Ace of Swords. So in this Ace of Swords, I see clarity, I see understanding, I see lots of communication, getting to know someone, especially if you're single, or even if you're in a relationship, you're learning something very new about another person, about your partner. And it feels as though information and that communication is very important to your partnership this week. What is the Three of Pentacles? We got the association with work. So some of you are connecting to someone that you work with. And if not the actual job, again, maybe you have a project you're doing on the side. Maybe you do art, you know, after hours, and it's just while you're doing something that involves more than likely a community, there's a connection here. This is also representing that you're considering, or you want to work hard on a connection, on a relationship. You want to put in the time, the effort, and the energy into someone that you value. All right, the Emperor dropped out. I'm going to put him back, but the Emperor did drop out here. And for some, there is this strong male energy here. This could be someone that you're connecting with. This could be you taking control over a situation. Like, for instance, if you've had problems in a relationship, you're saying, look, we need to work on this. Let's talk. Let's air out everything. And if that's the case, I feel like the conversations are going really well. You might also find that, you know, again, there's someone that you're attracted to, someone that, you know, you see what you want and you're putting the time into it. Queen of Chalices. Four of Cups with the clarification kind of makes this Queen of Chalices a little emotionally distant. That could be you, that could be the other person. how are you relating? One more. No. 2. King of Swords adds to the potential of there being this coldness with them, not knowing how to express entirely, but looking to change that through communication with the Wheel of Fortune. This could also represent someone who wasn't available and that their circumstances are changing for them. Maybe they're recently going through a breakup, especially let's say you're single, you had your eye on someone, and that could be that they had their eye on you, but you were in a relationship where you were emotionally dissatisfied. Your situation is changing. You could be breaking up with them, or just the relationship dissolved mutually, something of that nature. And again, your situation is changing, it's opening up, and that could be what's being reflected here. So many stories, so little time. All right, so Princess of Wands. I want this one. Chariot. So we have a nice outcome when it comes to love. It feels as though whatever the case may be, you definitely have a lot of communication that leads to movement with the Chariot here. You're more than likely going out with this person, partner, or just like a new interest. Otherwise, you're keeping very busy when it comes to love. You have, I feel, opportunities. Why is the 5 of Cups hiding? Sorry, not 5 of Cups. 5 of Swords. It's weird. I got somewhere in the background, you might not be sure as to how happy you are. You could even be hiding your happiness about a connection with someone for whatever reason, or them you. Some strange aspect like that. You could also be suspicious about another person. Doesn't necessarily mean there's something going on, but you might think that there is something going on that hasn't quite been illuminated yet. Could just be questions that you're unsure of for whatever reason. One more overall for love. Okay. The Fool. Speaking of the Fool, I thought of this card earlier. So when it comes to love, it does appear as though there is a new connection. There's something that feels fresh and exciting, and you kind of have like your child eyes when it comes to love. Like this could go anywhere, and that could be your current partnership, that could be with the new love. Definitely. All right, so I like to end on that note, thankfully. Yay, the Fool. That's your reading for this week. As always, thank you guys for your time. Until next week's readings, take care. Bye. I know that you're fire, but I see you. This is the center card, the King of Swords. So you could be taking a lot of matters very seriously this week, and find yourself in a position too where you're resting on logic and what you feel is rational before going ahead. And you may be taking your time and like doing some analytical thinking here before again making any moves. And I also get this vibe of kind of taking a back seat. Not that you're not doing anything, but not like rushing ahead or getting involved too quickly is also coming through. It's more like a stand back, see what's going on, again assess the situation, and then go from there. And I also see you potentially being a little bit more distant or hard to reach this week. Not that you're going to be cold to other people, but your personality just may shift a bit where, if it's not already like this, where you're not as open to others or even communication. Even though this is sword energy, I don't see the King of Swords as really wanting to communicate all that much this week. Now, on the general side, we have the Queen of Cups and the 5 of Wands. King of Cups is an outcome card. Two main ways I see this is one person, or again, 2 people in particular, are maybe in your face or you're struggling with them, because the 5 of Wands represent this energy of 5 people just going at it. They're just pretty much going at it. So you might be trying to solve some sort of dispute, or maybe even just kind of get out of it because people are giving you problems. Because the King of Swords energy is like, backing away. I'm backing away right now. I don't feel like getting invested for the time being because this is just too much drama. You could be feeling that way. Some of you could be struggling with your own emotions. And the situation isn't necessarily clear in these cards alone, but you may have quite a bit of feelings that are attempting to come to the surface, or that's just unexpressed. And with the King of Swords energy not wanting to open up, and the Five of Wands here, those feelings could pose a conflict for you to, again, try to attempt to resolve. And then with the King of Cups, in terms of emotions, I see you kind of like keeping those at bay. Very much in control of your feelings. And I don't see him revealing, again, what's going on. Now, we'll get clarifiers to see what's really going on there. But let's jump to love. We got the Page of Coins and the Seven of Cups with Temperance here. So there is some sort of communication happening. Maybe there's a gift here with the Page of Coins energy. This could also be knowledge, information that's coming through in regards to a partner or from a partner. Or they're actually, as I think I've already said, offering something of value here. But you're not really sure how you feel about it. Seven of Cups is kind of confused. You may also, there's also an energy here of not knowing entirely like what to expect from someone, or what to even give someone from your end. Some of you may be thinking about reaching out towards someone, maybe setting up a date, maybe getting to know someone further. But it's like the aspect of, let's say if you're single, and this is very new, the vibe of what questions do I ask, or how do I go about this? You could be in that frame of mind, and that could be leaving you with a lot of options and not a lot of clarity as to how to proceed. Now, the outcome card though is Temperance. So Temperance as an outcome for me tends to, I mean, it's all right. It's not my favorite major, but it's by far not the worst. Not a lot going on with Temperance, I usually find. It's kind of like things are pretty easy. Things are pretty relaxed. There's, if there weren't expectations, that's kind of minimized with this energy. And you're just kind of going with the flow as well. Some of you with the Cups energy and Temperance here, who's also mixing in some ways drinks, you may find that you'll meet someone for drinks as a possibility. Maybe you have a little bit too much with the Temperance and the Seven of Cups. All right, let's get clarification cards. Let's start with the King of Swords. Knight of Wands. So with the Knight of Wands, actually, I get the vibe of kind of wanting to break free. Maybe someone wants to come towards you, or you want to go towards them. You've got quite a lot of passion, but I think it's being withheld. I don't feel like the Knight of Wands energy, that fiery energy, is actually being released. You could be thinking about what you're going to do, and when it happens, it's like, bam, I've done it, it's exciting. But the cool energy of the King of Swords, I think, puts it on hold for now. Let's get one for the General. Page of Swords, airy energy, and with the conflict that's going on, the communication feels like sparse and a little bit rough around the edges. So things could be getting heated, things could be getting a bit aggressive as well, where people may be saying hurtful things towards each other. Why? And it could also be that, information that has been realized or learned brings that conflict, especially when it comes to how you feel. Actually, you know what? What's the Five of Wands? The Five of Wands is the Four of Cups, and you're not satisfied with how something's going, maybe how people are working together or what's happening here, and you want to distance yourself. You don't want to be a part of it. Four of Cups is like, no thank you, not interested. What can you tell me about the King of Cups? Ten of Cups. So the King of Cups as another person brings quite a lot of joy into your life, and it's also a possibility that you have a strong emotional connection to this person. Could be a family member, a partner, whatever there is. There's a lot of love and emotion here tied to this King of Cups. What's the Queen of Cups? We've got The Star. Queen of Cups could be a person that you're aspiring to connect with, or this could also be you having some sort of emotional fantasies here, dreams, hopes that you're hoping to realize. But again, we have the struggle of the Five of Wands. Let me just see really quickly. And she's coming across as very dreamy energy. You could be struggling to get what you want from someone, or just what you want, period. It's like it's not coming through, because the Four of Cups and the Five of Wands shows that whatever is this dream or thing that you really want, it's not happening at this time. Or things not going according to plan is what's coming through. One more overall. Perhaps a decision needs to be made with whatever's going on here. You may feel like, also I kind of get a sense of feeling like things are not fair. This originally, when I drew it, came out like this, so I'm acknowledging that. I feel like there's this energy of feeling things are off balance and not fair at this time. And because of that, you may be keeping, again, I feel like you may be keeping yourself a bit detached emotionally while you try to sort a situation out. Let's go to love. Let's get one overall, please. We've got the Four of Wands. I think this is more so a desire for, in regards to love, you want stability, you want the happy home, you want to maybe even go on a date again if it's been a while, or just continue dating a particular person. You also want to just enjoy yourself, your love life. What's the Seven of Cups? But you can't really see, or you don't have a clear picture as to what's going on when it comes to love. Whether it's your feelings that are mixed, or how you feel about another person, which I guess is the same thing. You're not, I think, seeing clearly just when it comes to a partner or your situation. And you may have a lot of choices, but nothing is really standing out strongly, especially if you're single and you're connecting with several people. And what's Temperance? And even on the love side, we have the possibility of a choice, but taking your time with that choice with Temperance there. And I think that in some ways, if you're dealing with several options, you don't really want to make a choice. That's why I feel like maybe there's this energy of putting it off, because you don't have a clear picture of who you really want to have that stable foundation with. Some of you could just be trying to, figure out if you want to get into dating, period, if it's been a while. Some of you may find yourself making a decision while intoxicated a bit, but I don't feel like it ends negatively. Considering the cards are around it, they're not like heavy and dark or anything like that, but you may find yourself making an impulsive decision under the influence of alcohol. What are you leaning towards with the Two of Wands? Well, whatever you're leaning towards, you want the energy that makes you the most happy. You want to do something, be with someone that you feel that warmth from. You feel like they're open, you enjoy their company, and when you're with and around them, that they bring you happiness. Now, others of you are just actually deciding to date because you feel like you miss that world and it makes you the most happy to be connected with someone. So you could be taking the steps to try to get out there as well. If you're in a relationship, there's the possibility of making a choice when it comes to that relationship that leads to a stronger foundation and brings a lot of happiness with that relationship that you're already in. It may just take you a while to get there because we have the energy of not really, can't see clearly, too many choices right now, not knowing how you feel with these cards.